Anno meets City Skylines. This is completely crazy, ladies and gents. I have no idea how I missed this game, as it was in early access for a year before launching the full version last week. Who knows, this may become my new favorite game, as it takes a lot of things I love in Anno, like a lot of complex production chains, transport of resource, productivity levels, all this, with more than 300 buildings, more than 60 different resources. But at the same time, it also has a lot more intense city building aspect, like City Skylines. I mean, you can reach 40 million people. It has area zoning, public transportation, tons of different services, but also a lot of customization, like being able to change the name of each road, each house, and many other things. This even has both sandbox and a campaign with time missions. You also have different population levels, like in Anno you have your farmers, your workers, your investors. Here you have 5 different ones, like craftsmen and engineers. You can play on real maps, like you can play on New York, you can play on Cape Town, Hong Kong, and those maps actually do represent the geography of those locations. You can install laws in your cities, there's a research tree, amazing level of details. You can even drive your vehicles to see your city from the ground, Steam Workshop integration, and much more. I mean, if you're not excited yet, I don't know what to do. This is not a sponsored video, but I definitely feel you should look at this one. I've put in the video description below the link to the Steam page if you want to download the free demo, or if you want to go right ahead and buy the game. This is also a lot cheaper than a AAA game, but still has so much. So now let's play a bit the demo together, and if you want me to play a full game, don't hesitate to put it in the video description below. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below, if you're excited, if you want to see a full let's play. So let's start a new game. In this demo, we only have access to the New York City map. As I said, every single map, is sort of a real location. You have, of course, also different resources, access to water, for example, or all of the resources. As you can see, there's many. Let's dive right in. We can choose our name, for our city. So that's going to be Gamer Consultant Inc. And the mayor name is going to be Christoph. Thanks a lot, Christoph, for all of your support. Let's found the city. We can play in sandbox, or you can have also different customization in terms of your difficulty. So that's a pretty good one. Let's dive right in. I'm sure in the Steam Workshop, for example, we're going to get tons of new maps very soon. Everything in the game, you can have it voiced or not, you can deactivate it, right? Similarly, you can deactivate the whole story, including all of those tips, right? As I said, you can activate or deactivate the host output. Great thing, you can move all of the HUD. That's a good one. The camera, of course, classic, WASD, the arrows. We can rotate the camera to rotate also like this. You can do everything you want. We can zoom in quite close, as you can see, and quite far. Fairly clean UI at the top, at least so far. You can see over here, this is the time. We have our key resources. We have over here our money. So how much money we have in the bank. Are we gaining or are we losing money right now? How many people we have, and again, are we gaining or losing? For resources also, what's pretty cool is you can see, at a glance what's happening. Our consumption, production is going up, down. You can see a lot more detail over here. Right now we don't have a lot of resources, but in the future, of course, we can have a lot more. And I can add whatever I want to that top menu over here. This way I can follow maybe what I know is going down right now, those type of things. Building menu at the bottom, like in most games. What's really cool is it can disappear, so you can really look at your city, but if you don't want it to disappear, you can lock it over there, so that's easy. Now let's start building. We have different types of roads, 1 way, 2 lane, multiple lanes. You can go over here, to go straight, free drawing, band drawing. You have a lot of details. You can see the angle over here, right? We can follow a grid pattern, or if we want, we can create bending road, as I said, easily. By the way, we can change the name of all of those roads over here pretty easily. For example, this one is going to be Bandit Road. And let's start zoning. Right now we have a basic population, the craftsmen, apartments that are cheap, they have little needs. They also probably won't give us a lot of taxes. And when zoning, you can be pretty precise, only placing one or placing multiple as you want, like this. Let's press fast speed to see those houses arrive. Here it is, the first houses being built. And look at this level of detail, right? We can see a lot of people. Each of the houses are looking different. Cars, mini streets in between, because we're zoning the whole thing. So you don't have to place streets, between each of your houses. As you can see, there are mini streets that are created automatically. Love that. Now there's a lot of problems. We can see them at the top. 23 buildings have a problem. We can see it also over here, right? And when we click on it, again, it shows us exactly what is happening. We have a very low satisfaction right now because we're not giving much, right? We're not giving electricity, not giving water, all those type of things. So we need to fix this. First, electricity, we have the wind turbines. In the future, we'll get much more, right? Coal power plants and much more. So let's put one over here. Then we need the station, right, to connect the wind turbine to our people, and then we can have also multiple stations using the pylons like this. So they should have electricity now if we look at it. Yeah, perfect. Now at some point, of course, we'll need more than one, but for now, that is enough. Production 4,000, consumption 1,000. Now, similarly, let's do water. We're gonna want water to be taken from the ground, and then we're gonna need pipes. I'm gonna use the normal way of putting them under the streets, right? Something like this, and you can connect another one. Now, I don't think you can put bended pipes, but you know, it looks fine like this, I guess. Last but not least, let's make sure that we have also garbage collection. And where are we going to put the garbage? Over here. Then they want some healthcare and services in terms of shopping, like they want to be able to buy food. And makes sense. I guess it's not too much to ask to be able to buy food. So hospital, let's put it in the corner over here. And a supermarket, we're gonna put on that side. Look here, this is the hospital, parking lots, couple of people. I think obviously it's not like the graphics are the most amazing ever, but given that we're gonna have 40 million people in our city, that seems pretty good. And over here we have our supermarket, which is the first building that really requires resources. As you can see, there is an input to be able to provide the shopping. It will also have an output in terms of garbage. So that is where we get a lot more into the Anno game. So in terms of input, I mean, some fish is a good start. Let's put fish over here. We can rotate the building as much as we want. Okay, let's put it over here. And now while this is connected to the road and therefore producing some first fish, we do have a problem, which is that there's no carrier, right? We need to transport these fish. But before we do so, they ask us to also build a farm. Because, you know, nobody wants to eat fish without a bit of vegetables some days. So let's do this, a farm over here, placing it. The farm you need to place, you know, inside some roads, and it's gonna take the whole space like this. It's pretty cool. It is too far from the electricity, I think. Yeah, as you can see, too far from electricity. Let's also check in terms of water. Now, water is fine. This one doesn't need water, it seems. That's interesting. But yeah, electricity is not fine. So let's put another small substation. So we have one over here, and I'm gonna put it over there. And as I said before, we just need to connect them with pylons. And here it is. Now we have electricity, all good. Water, all good. And then we have the garbage also that's gonna pick it up. You can see the range in green. It's pretty good range. Of course, this is only one tile. By the way, if you're wondering, we're gonna get the whole map, not just this one tile. And as I said, next, what's important is to have a local carrier to transport all of those resources. Let's put it over here. It also has a range, as you can see, it's pretty good range, but also there's a number of trucks, right? The further it goes, the more we're gonna need trucks too. We have 20 people working there, for example, right? You can see 2 people have started to drive from one place to another. We can see where they are. You can follow them to see exactly where they are. Oh, there's a small traffic. No, that's just a red light. You can even see speed and everything. And so now I can see that my fish and vegetables are going up, right? We're producing 5, consuming 2, for example. I can see that in my supermarket, there is 8 goods, 7 now that are inside. And of course, the supermarket shouldn't be too far from the houses. Over here, it is a fairly okay distribution of food. We can see it over here versus over there. This is not a great distribution, right? 11, 8, versus over here 30, so it's a lot more. And so if we look at our houses over here, you know, all of them, they went from very red to green, not fully green, but almost there. They have electricity, they have healthcare, food, and all of this. And by the way, each of those goods will also provide different impact. For example, not having a shopping center has a big effect on satisfaction versus not having food has a very big impact. And by the way, you can also see the income, right? Those vegetables, for example, when they buy them at the supermarket, this is giving me 72 of money. So you can see we're right now positive. Great. And let's start our first real production chain with the wood, right? We need to get a lumberjack hut to get the actual wood, and then we're gonna get the sawmill to transform the wood into planks. Love it. And of course, you can see a lot of information like how many people, the maintenance cost, right? This one, for example, is 20 people, 210 maintenance costs per minute. The production time is 70 seconds. While for the sawmill, it's also 20 people, but 400 of maintenance. And you also see it's a 72-second production cycle. And therefore, it's sort of like you need one sawmill for one lumberjack hut. But then you can have production chain where maybe it is 2 for 1 or those type of things. Now, another important thing, of course, is if you want a lumberjack hut, you need some trees. Over here, there are very little trees, so you can see it's not so great, 9% productivity. But if I put it more over there, 50% productivity, 80%, right? So we're gonna want a nice forest. Maybe over here, that looks 100%, love it. When I build the road, maybe it will go a bit down, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we actually see it over here now, it's 99%. Not perfect, but almost. By the way, you can also choose how many workers are gonna go there. Right now I decreased it to 9, and of course that will also decrease the productivity. So we have some wood, but as you can see, it's too far from the carriers. Because the carrier that is over here, right, his range finishes there. So we're gonna need another one over here for this industrial. So it is, we have 2 of those lumberjack yards, right, producing a lot. Then over here, we're transforming this wood into planks, thanks to this new local carrier over here. And with this, you can also see how busy it is. Yes, we've unlocked a few new things, public transport, for example, some office complex, clay deposit, which will have to be put on a clay deposit, not anywhere you want, and much more. So we're just barely scratching the surface of this game, but there's a couple of things I wanted to pause to show you. First of all, you can terraform the map. Over here, terraforming, it's not like you can do everything, but you can definitely do quite a few things to terraform the map however you want. For example, creating a mountain over here. But that's not all. You can also place tons of decorations. I feel like all of the assets of the game, you can place them wherever you want. So for example, over here, we're gonna place this antenna, right? Small one. This one is even smaller. You can even place buildings if you want. That is amazing. We can transform it. We can make it bigger, smaller, however we want. So you can really do a lot. And there's even an object editor. So this game, in my opinion, has tons of potential in terms of gameplay, but also in terms of beauty building. As I said, we're really just scratching the surface. We've only started the first level of population. Then we're gonna have another, the employees, then the engineers, and many more. There's gonna be tons of other goods and services. For example, now we just unlocked the fruits. In terms of services, we'll soon unlock religion and others. You'll be able to even upgrade your buildings to make them bigger, stronger, higher productivity. So as I said at the beginning of this video, for me, this is really Anno 1800 meet City Skyline. I think this game has tons of potential. Yes, it's not a AAA game that is perfectly polished everywhere, but it's also not that price. And it has so much potential. I think the team said they will definitely continue working on improving it. So please tell me in the comments below if you want me to do a full series, unlocking the whole map, trying to get to 40 million people. Please smash the like button. I hope to hear in the comments below all of your thoughts, and I hope to see you next time.